To tell you the truth, I don't think anyone's got the lead thus far. Nara is definitely putting on some early pressure and doing really well to get those scouts in there. Hasn't seen a great deal of tech, but I'm pretty sure that this is about to swing into Nara's favor if he gets this high Templar drop off, this storm drop off on this natural here. I don't know if Boxer has sight. I did see him floating a barracks around there somewhere. This could go way into Nara's favor if he managed to pull this off. Although he's just scouting around, not really committing to any attack right now. I would like to see this go down, and he does manage to get some storm off. That's fantastic storm there. So not managing to use that as effectively as possible, and he does get a DT in there. So now we'll have the scout, and carelessly I'd say almost losing that shuttle. So how do you think that went, Dime Collector?
Yeah, wow, Boxer fortunately having those siege tanks in position at his natural. And he's already got his third base coming up, but he's really got to deal with this DT here. This DT is going to scout that Boxer's third command center is up, and Boxer seems to have no way of detecting that DT there, so he's just going to forego that and put these vultures in his dropship here, and he's just going to go for a counterattack. He doesn't care that he's got a DT in his base. That might prove to be a mistake in just a minute here, but if Boxer can manage to get this third base online, I think he will pull ahead. Nara looks to be on at least 3 or maybe 4 bases. Maybe one of you guys can confirm that for me. But right now this dropship is well on its way, and I don't think Nara even knows about it despite having that DT in his base. Nara should probably try and harass with his DT right now before Boxer gets his comsat energy back up. But it looks like Nara trying to just remove these minerals from those blockades. And the vultures have been dropped here, so they're laying mines, and they're going to be sieging at this expansion right here. So I'll leave it to Sunday to commentate this from here.
Alright, so the vultures are going to be in the base of Nara, and now they're going to be laying mines. So with the zealot, nice zealot bomb, that'll pick off 2 or 3 spider mines. So the vultures are going to be forced to be pushed back. But I was just going to say, excellent job by Nara. That storm drop was very efficient, and he barely didn't lose the shuttle, as Jotak was noting. But he didn't lose the shuttle, so definitely worth it. And I think he has his main and 2 more bases, his natural and 1 more expansion. So it's important that Boxer gets his expansion running, and he needs to do some harassment to Nara's base. But Jotak, do you think it was the right thing, even though he had a DT in his base? Do you think it was the right thing to go for a complete counter with the vultures?
Definitely. I think he hasn't really put too much pressure on Nara just yet, and that's definitely not the way you want to be. He is working in the blind at the moment. I'm not sure what he's managed to comsat, but tech is all over the place, and he's really needing to know what he's going to have to counter against, you know. So that DT, I'm not sure if it's still running around. I haven't seen much from it now, but Nara is definitely doing a better job to keep the scout out. Although if he doesn't manage, I'm not sure if there's too many more expansions actually on this map. Maybe Dime Collector can fill that in when I pass over. But yeah, sorry, the detection as far as that goes, I did see the science facility going up, so he will have science vessels out for EMP. So he's preparing for the Arbiter tech as well. So, Dime Collector, do you know if there's any more expansions on
Yeah, there's, just looking at the mini-map, there's at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 more. So, this map is far from mined out. As you see, Nara going to put up another base. So, Nara trying to stay ahead as far as macro goes. And Boxer previously just did a great job. He finally got that DT out of his base. He's putting up his 7th and 8th factories, and at the same time he was able to snipe a few observers out on the map and snipe a probe from getting any more scouting. So Boxer just keeping Nara in the dark for as long as possible. He's almost mined out at this natural expansion here, and Nara does have that shuttle still in the red, just hovering around. So he's going to try another high Templar drop, I have to assume here, but it looks like this eBay is going to scout that out. So the eBay seeing it, and that shuttle almost dying to a missile turret hit. There is a vulture out on the map that's spotting the shuttle, so I don't think that shuttle's going to be able to do much here. And Nara sending out another zealot just as a scout here. So Nara just doing a great job keeping him a scout, but the real story is in Nara's main here. He's got 2 Stargates and a fleet beacon, so he's already teching the carriers. Boxer with a very vulture heavy and tank heavy army might not be in a prime position to deal with these carriers. He's trying to sneak these vultures in, and these vultures just get completely shut down here. So Boxer's vulture harass not very effective as of yet, and I think he's really going to have to push here really quickly before these carriers and interceptors get online. So I'm going to pass it to Sunday to kind of analyze what might happen in the next few minutes of this game.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there is an island expansion in the bottom left-hand corner and an island expansion in the top right-hand corner. And also, Nara definitely giving the lead to Nara so far. He has been able to get a lot of harassment in Boxer's base and hurt Boxer's economy line while keeping his booming, and now he's already expanded again and has that running, so he is doing very good in the macro game. And definitely with carriers, I can completely see why he's going carriers, because there are basically like 3 alleyways in the middle of this map. The carriers can just go over the ridge, and they can use the ridge as like a defense mechanism, while the Goliaths only can go up and down one, and then if the carriers move to the other one, the Goliaths have to run all the way around to the other one. So carriers very maneuverable on this map, and maybe some non-Protoss players would argue that they're unfair. But now Nara does look like he's moving out, and all these vultures will be shot down. But again, nice cannon placement in Nara's base, keeping the vulture harassment to a minimum. So now I'm going to turn things over to Jotak for the rest.
Yeah, definitely, and we see a few more Stargates going up, so he is really going to be committing to this carrier build, and it could work for him, although as far as Goliaths go, there is the opportunity for Boxer just to switch tech quite quickly, especially now that his supply is being freed up here with these excellent psionic storms just taking down siege tanks left, right, and center. Oh wow, that's a lot of storm. Boxer doing really well to place his tanks in areas where they're not all going to get taken out at once, but there's just too much storm in there to counter. Unfortunately, not a lot of troops left for Nara, so he is going to be committing to this carrier build, and it looks like Boxer may have to switch over really quickly to a Goliath build. I do want to point out one thing. I saw the covert ops going down, so I would say that there's a lot left of this game. I'd say we could see nukes before the end, depending on who takes control. So now 4 Stargates up for Nara, and he definitely has the position to take this game out or take the lead, do some really good harassment now while these Goliaths come out. So what do you think, Dunkler?
Yeah, we definitely can't count Boxer out just yet. He's getting up his next base, and as you said, my heart is just racing right now. Boxer going with 2 more barracks and a covert ops on his science facility. So we are seeing ghosts on the map, and I think he's going to go for lockdown here. I think he's actually going to try and freeze those carriers in midair and just shoot them down with these Goliaths here. He's just barely fending off these attacks here. Nara with some great storms, so Boxer's going to need to get those ghosts out really quickly and hopefully use some of his superb micro to keep himself in this game. If he can just keep his expansions online, I think he's definitely still in it. Chasing away these tanks here, or chasing away these carriers, sorry, and we do see ghosts on the map as well as Goliath now. So Boxer's still holding off just a little bit. It looks like Nara moving in with some speed zealots, and Boxer just trying to take the entire bottom side of the map. And I just cannot wait to see him use these superb lockdowns. I've never seen this for myself, being able to commentate something like this, and this is going to be just fantastic in just a second here. So Jotak, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, sure. I'll jump in. Yep, carriers being used. There's not too many out yet. We really need to see a few more before it reaches that critical mass where they're able to snipe off units, snipe off those Goliaths that are going to be harassing them, and a lot of Goliaths now coming out. So the builds have switched, but very cleverly, Nara is still using that psionic storm to take out masses and masses of these Goliaths. So he's slowly pushing in, but looks like Boxer going for an attack of his own, pushing up on the right-hand side of the map. See if he can't take some more expansions and really push this game into late game combinations. So I'll pass over to you, Son.